Hello and welcome to Brawl News. Later today we'll have an exclusive sneak peek on the Brawl Street Boys' next big hit single, I Want It Brawlways. Hey Bob. Yeah, this is the Brawl News guy. I was hoping that you could try and expedite the process of finding somebody to replace Jerry. Yeah, well he keeps on having me say Brawl on the list. I mean, it's not exactly clean, you know. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Bob. We'll talk to you later. But first, more coverage on the Brawlympics from our very own chief Brawlnalyst, Kairostime. Hello fellow Brawlers, I'm Kairostime, and it is time for another Brawlympics! That is right guys, for today's event we're going to be taking a look and comparing how long it takes for each brawler to charge up their supers. Now for today's contestants, we will time how long it takes for them to charge their super from the very frame that their ammo is used up until the very frame that the super button first appears. This means that travel distance from brawlers like Piper or Dynamite are actually taken into consideration. Now I actually use an over-the-screen protractor to try and help calculate how much each shot charges their supers. Each protractor image that you will see will be measuring a complete shot dealing max damage for one brawler. For example, Colt shoots 6 bullets, so it will consider all 6 bullets. If a brawler's shot is divided by multiple bullets, cards, ticks of poison, etc., I'm going to refer this as a single hit. And before we start, I wanted to give a huge thank you to Shadow, Portal, Cradu, Christina, Super Psy, Fizzy, Megalon, Real Canadian, PS0505, and Sword for helping record this gameplay. Wow guys, that was a long intro. Are you still watching this? Hello? I'd probably better start or I'll lose all my subscribers. Okay, I forgot about 3 quick things. First of all, star powers do not help charge a brawler's super at all. Second, supers are actually not charged based off of damage dealt, but rather how many times an enemy brawler is hit. Otherwise, leveling up your brawlers or getting power-ups in Showdown would actually speed up the rate at which your super charges. Quick side note, there's actually one brawler that's kind of an exception to this rule, and I will be giving an internet high five to anybody that can guess it. Third, make sure you subscribe for more Brawlympics events. And while you're at it, you might as well hit that notification bell as well, because you know you want to. Okay guys, let's go ahead and start with the brawler with the longest charge time, guys. Coming in 21st place, we have Jesse. Wow guys, I've been talking for a while now and it's still not charged up. Oh, there we go. 8 seconds it takes for Jesse's super to charge. Each shot of hers actually fills up the meter 17.8%, which means that it takes a total of 6 shots to charge her super. Number 20 is actually another spawner. That is right, we have Nita. It takes Nita 7 shots to charge her super, which is more than any other brawler in the game. Each shot only charges her super up about 15.8%. Now Nita does have one of the fastest reload speeds in the game to help her overcome this, but it still does not help her very much, because it does take her 7.2 seconds for her to charge her super. The next brawler has one of the most complex super charges in the game. Coming in 19th place, we have Crow at 6.5 seconds. Now when Crow lands a max shot with his 3 feather daggers, his super bar fills up about 17.8%. This translates into 6 max shots being required to fill up his super bar, or total 17 feathers excluding poison. Now technically you can do it with less because poison does help charge up the super. Now using my best geometry and algebra, I calculated that each tick of poison charges Crow's super roughly 1.6%. This is based off of the fact that Supercell said that it takes 8 daggers plus poison to charge Crow's super. Now each time a brawler is poisoned, it can tick 4 times worth of poison, which would mean that it would take 8 daggers plus 32 ticks of poison for Crow's super to charge. And like I said, it's kind of confusing, and if you're still following, congratulations, you're a math nerd like I am. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna move on. Luckily guys, number 18 is way less confusing. That's right, we have Penny, who takes a total of 5.7 seconds to charge her super against one brawler. Now Penny charges up her super 20% every time one of her coins hit an enemy brawler. This means that it takes 5 shots to charge her super, or if you really want to get technical, she could charge her super with 2 bags of coins and 3 coins, assuming all 3 coins hit Brawler. Mortis is up next with number 17 and a total charge time of 5.3 seconds. Now, Mortis's super charges up 24.2% with every swipe of his shovel. This means that it takes 5 shots as well for him to charge up his super. Poco takes 16th place with a slight increase over Mortis at 4.9 seconds. Once again, it only takes 5 shots for Poco to charge up his super, while every shot loads at 23.1%. Poco slightly takes 16th place over Mortis because he has a much faster reload speed than both Penny and Mortis. Bo is up next, finding himself in 15th place with a total charge time of 4 seconds. Now, for every 3 arrows, Bo's super charges 29.9%. Now, I know a lot of you guys are thinking that I'll just round that up to 30%. Well, if you did that, you would actually be wrong, because if it were 30%, Bo would be able to charge up his super with 10 arrows. But by the time it gets to the 10th arrow, he actually has just a tiny little bit sliver left, and it does require that 11th arrow to hit in order for him to charge his super. In other words, it takes 4 complete shots. Coming up in 14th place is the man with the sunglasses. That's right, Brock can charge up his super in 3.5 seconds if 4 of his rockets hit as quickly as possible. Now, each one of Brock's rockets charges up his super about 33%, which means that, that's right, on the 3rd rocket, it's charged 99% of the way, and it does require a 4th rocket for him to charge up his super. Not far behind Brock is Terra in 13th place. Now, if Terra is close and quick, she can actually charge up her super in 3.1 seconds, meaning that she can do so with 4 complete shots. Each complete shot charges her super about 27%, which means that it actually takes 12 individual cards for her to charge her super. Now, from a distance, that means that it takes 12 whole shots if you're only getting 1 card at a time, which does take a very long time and is understandable because Terra's super is one of the most devastating in the game. Barley comes in 12th place, taking 2.5 seconds to charge his super. And when Barley throws down his bottles of poison, they deal 2 ticks of damage each. If one brawler is hit by his 2 ticks, it charges Barley's super about 35%, meaning that he can charge up his super with 3 complete shots or 6 ticks worth of damage done to a brawler. Well, guys, it would not be a Brawlympics video if there was not some sort of massive tie between multiple brawlers. Am I right? Next, we have 4 brawlers coming in at 2.3 seconds to charge their supers. At 8th place, we have Ricochet, Piper, Frank, and Dynamite. Now, if we take a look at Ricochet, he has 5 billiard balls that he shoots and hits an enemy brawler with, and if he does so with all 5, he will charge his super 41.9%. Clearly, this means that it takes 3 shots to charge his super, but when you take a deeper look into the percentages, it actually means that it requires 12 individual bullets for him to charge his super. Now, Dynamite throws 2 sticks of dynamite for every attack, and if both of them hit a brawler, then he charges up his super roughly 45.8% of the way. This also means that Dynamite needs 3 complete shots in order for him to charge a super. However, unlike Barley, who requires 6 ticks of poison, Dynamite only needs 5 dynamites to hit for his super to charge. Now, Frank's super is actually kind of funny. Now, most people know that it only takes 3 shots for him to charge his super, and also most people would think that that would charge it up 33.33%, right? But in actuality, it charges up his super 36% of the way. I don't know what that extra 3% is for. Maybe it's just to make Frank feel cool, but nonetheless, still takes 3 shots. Interestingly enough, Frank shares one unique characteristic with one other brawler, and that is the fact that it only takes 3 hits for him to charge his super. The other brawler that can charge with only 3 hits is actually Piper. At max range, Piper's shot will charge her super by 37%. What's really interesting about Piper's super is that it scales perfectly with how much damage she does. That's right, guys, if you guess Piper for the exception brawler, here is your internet high five. Now, what I mean is if you take a look at how much damage Piper does at different ranges and compare them to how much her super charges at those ranges, you'll see that it is exactly linear. At minimum range, Piper deals 685 damage, which is roughly 29% of her max range damage. Coincidentally, at minimum range, her super charges up 29% of her max charge of 37%. Okay, now we're just talking percentages of percentages. Confused yet? Don't worry about it. I have a problem, guys. I think I'm addicted to math. I love math. Now we know that Ricochet, Dynamite, Frank, and Piper all tie for 8th place at 2.3 seconds. Now we can move on to number 7 at 2 seconds flat. We have El Primo! I think I say his name like that every Brawlympics video. Now when El Primo swings his 4 punches out, it charges up his super roughly 43%. This translates into 3 complete shots being required to get his super, or 10 individual punches. Up next, we have Pam in 6th place, who can charge her super in 1.8 seconds. If all 9 garbage debris hit their target, a max shot from Pam actually charges her super by 56.7%. That's right, guys, Pam is one of 3 brawlers who can charge their supers with only 2 shots. Now I did some math and verified it by looking at Pam's attack in slow motion, frame by frame, and it does take 16 pieces of debris from Pam's attack to charge up one of her supers. Coming in number 5, we have another one of the 3 brawlers who can charge their supers with only 2 complete shots. Coming in at 1.4 seconds, we have Colt. Wow, guys. 1.4 seconds, that is fast. If all 6 of Colt's bullets hit their target, Colt's super charges about 52%. Interestingly enough, Colt and Rico both require 12 bullets to charge up their super, but the fact that Colt fires 1 more bullet per shot means that he reaches that magic number of 12 with 1 less shot than Rico does. Next, we have another tie. This time for 3rd place, we have Spike and Shelly, who both can charge up their super in 1.3 seconds, which is extremely fast. Okay, guys, I need to correct something from my attack damage Brawlympics video regarding Spike's attack. If his ball hits an enemy brawler, the ball actually deals damage as well as 1 or 2 of his spikes. When you're up close, it is possible for 3 spikes worth of damage to be done to a brawler, but in all reality, it's actually 1 ball and 2 of his spikes, which equals 3. If this happens, his super charges 43.1% of the way, which means that it takes 7 spikes worth of damage for Spike's super to charge. Also in 3rd place, we have Shelly, who shoots out 5 shots per attack. Shelly shoots a shotgun, which fires shots, not shells. One attack uses 1 shell that contains 5 shots. If all 5 hit their target, Shelly's super charges about 48%, which means that it takes 11 hits with those shots for her to charge her super. Coming in 2nd place, we have Bull at 1.2 seconds. We are literally just shaving off 0.1 second at a time, guys. This is crazy. What is really interesting about Bull's supercharging mechanics is that it is exactly the same as Shelly's. He gets 5 hits per attack, and that charges up his super about 48%, meaning that it takes 11 hits or 3 complete attacks to charge. But like I said in my reload speed Brawlympics video, Bull has a slightly faster unload speed than Shelly does, which means that he shaves off that 0.1 second to charge his super. Lastly, guys, we have the 3rd brawler that can charge up their super in just 2 hits. Just like in the last Brawlympics video, guys, coming in 1st place with a charge time of 1 second flat, we have Daryl. Wait, you thought I was going to say Shalex, didn't you? Okay, for real, guys, though, it only takes 1 second flat or 2 complete attacks for Daryl to charge up his super. As a reminder, guys, each shotgun in Daryl's hand shoots out both 4 shots each, meaning that with 1 attack, he shoots 8 shots in his shotgun, and if all 8 hit, his super will charge by about 65%. This means, guys, that it takes 13 individual bullets to hit an enemy brawler for Daryl to completely charge up his super. Anyways, guys, that is it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you want to be a part of my community Brawl Stars Discord server, definitely check out the link in the description below and you can join there for free. That's right, guys. Join my Discord server for free. Anyway, for now, this is Kairostime ticking by, and we will see you in Brawl Stars. 'Cause I want it always. Tell me why I collected all my keys. Tell me why I pushed my brawlers past 1K. Tell me why I think I broke my heart away. 'Cause I want it always. Yes, I want it always.